Hey guys, it's the Dutchums Formaster and welcome to the second part of this penthouse speed build, which I've divided up into two parts. The Sims 4 City Living has come out today, and therefore I'm building a penthouse in The Sims 4. If you've not checked out the first episode of this two-part series yet, you should definitely check it out, because in that episode I create the entire structure, so the entire exterior of this penthouse. And today, or right now, it's still the same day, I'm actually doing like the interior and also a little bit more of the gardening and the exterior, but mainly just details and build by items, because we've got many new items in the game. I'm very happily surprised to see that there are very many industrial modern items. I've used many of them, but I haven't actually made the interior too industrial because I didn't really feel like it would suit the exterior. Even though it is sort of industrial, I really want to make a very industrial modern penthouse very soon as well. But I felt like I just really wanted to build a very typical luxurious modern like expensive penthouse sort of, and then save up the more industrial vibe for later on, because I felt like everyone would do an industrial vibed penthouse like from the start. So I thought, I'm going to wait with that a little bit, but we've got many items for that. But we've also got very many modern items coming with this expansion pack, and some more Oriental, Indian, Middle East inspired items. I'm also going to do like an Indian around the world speed build sometime soon. I don't think it will be an apartment, but I think it will be a regular speed build of like a house. But just stay tuned and subscribe to my channel if you want to check that out. Also please don't forget that you can subscribe to my channel, because it really helps me out, and you can also leave a like, and in that way you kind of support me and you make sure that I can make more of these kinds of videos. So the items, I'm happy with them, but I'd really like to see more windows. I was sort of disappointed seeing like only one actual type of window, and then I believe one or two, and then that one type can be changed into several patterns, which actually makes it that there are like 5 windows. But there aren't, I don't think I'll use them too much, because they're not actually very good looking. They're just a little bit too big and too massive to use in every house, in my opinion. And even though we can use them on like every wall height, I'll mainly use them for penthouses and city living things, but not really for things outside of city living, which is sort of a disappointment. I would have liked to see some other sort of like windows, but I can't change too much about that. But I really hope to see some more windows in the next expansion pack. But furthermore, I'm very happy with the items coming with it. Again, many chairs, of course, but also very many like detailed items, and just really cool new sort of inventive items, I guess. And they're just new. It's not many just simple restructures or reclutters of what they already had. By the way, about the penthouse, you can download it from the gallery. Look for Origin or Gallery ID Dutch Sims Master, and then you should be able to find it, and then put it on top of the skyscraper, which you've definitely recognized already during the 2 videos, and then you can play around with it. But please let me know first, have you got The Sims 4 City Living yet? Are you going to get it? Why not? Why have you gotten it? What do you think is the best part of it? Because I'm very curious to hear your opinions about the game. And by the way, I'm also very happy to read all the very positive comments on the first episode of this series. I really want to say thank you for that. I just uploaded that like an hour or 2 hours ago, and like very many really good and like friendly, nice comments, which I was very happy to see. So I hope you like the interior as well. Like now all of a sudden everyone like hates it, and thousands of dislikes, but I don't think that will happen, or at least I'm personally pretty proud over the way the interior turned out. I must say it was a massive house, or massive penthouse, to furnish. I hadn't expected it to take this long, but it actually took much longer than a regular build did, which is also the reason I decided to divide it into 2 parts, and also otherwise I just had to speed it up too much, which I didn't really like. So I thought, I'm just going to upload the 2 parts on the release day, and that way it's a little bit more divided. But here I'm building one of the 2 bathrooms which we've got. We've got one or both on like the top level, so the second or officially the 3rd level yeah, it is just the third level of the penthouse. It's a 3-level penthouse, but I've decided not to furnish the entire lower level. I explained this already in the first episode, but I will explain it again in case you didn't see that video. If you didn't, then you should really check it out, because you know there's not really a point in me in watching the second part only, unless you only like furnishing, which is actually a good point. But anyways, yeah, what I said is that I didn't want to furnish the first level because it's just so insanely big that I would really spend hours and hours on furnishing that, and in that time I can also build like an entire new apartment and maybe even an entire new small penthouse. And I felt like in this time of the release it's just much more convenient to just show several parts of it. I actually built a really big penthouse already by building this, because I haven't actually seen anyone build a penthouse as big as this one yet. But I just really wanted to show you all the items sort of, and just everything that's possible, and just, you know, make sort of a big build. That's what I really like myself as well. But yeah, furnishing the lower level would just take up too much time, and it isn't really necessary, because we've got 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms and a kitchen and a gym and an arch area and a living room, and yeah, all that kind of jazz. I've got like a basketball field on top of the skyscraper as well. That's possible right now. You can add, no, not basketball field, I've been saying it wrong all the time. It's a basketball court, I know. I actually read it on the first video in which I mentioned the basketball field already, but then people said it's like court, and I was like, oh, that's a clear, yeah, thing where you see that I'm definitely not a native English speaker. But yeah, now I know, but I still forget to actually say court. So I'm sorry for those of you who are getting frustrated by that. Here I'm building the second master bedroom, because we've simply got 2, and they both have like insane views over the city. Actually, if you go into live mode, I'm adding like an overview at the end of this video to show you just the entire build, which I often do with speed builds. That doesn't change when I divide it up into 2 parts. But yeah, it just looks so cool. You really get like an awesome view and just very cool surroundings, which is what I love about this expansion pack. You've just got an entire new atmosphere to build in, and that's just really cool. But here we've got the bathroom, which also has got an insane view because of the huge windows. I added a bathtub in the corner between like all those windows, and that must be the best bath you can ever have. I mean, if you imagine like a city, like, I guess, well, it's not really New York. It's yeah, it's not really inspired by New York, but a more modern city, say Hong Kong or Tokyo, even though that's not got too many skyscrapers, I believe. Maybe Los Angeles, but that doesn't really look as full of skyscrapers. Yeah, I can't really imagine. I think Hong Kong would be one of the best opportunities. Maybe Sydney's got quite some big skyscrapers as well. But yeah, you know, the view from that bathtub is just insane. But the view from this gym might be even stranger or even crazier, and it's definitely like the craziest gym that I've ever built, because it looks through the pool over the skyline. So you're doing your workout, you're doing like whatever you want to do. I added like running machines and like breast training machines. I don't know what I should actually call those, but I do know what they work like, but I just don't know the name in English. But and then while you're doing that, you can actually see people swimming by in the pool, and then behind them you can see the skyline. I believe I've never seen something like this in real life before. I would love to see it, but it's probably never gonna happen because it's way too expensive for a gym. But for a home gym in a penthouse like this, yeah, it is pretty cool. I think if you would place a penthouse as big and as luxurious and crazy as this one on top of a skyscraper in like central Manhattan, I guess it would be like $150 million, because this is like an insane penthouse. It's got, I mean, it's got an infinity pool on the roof. It's got a basketball field. It's just got so many crazy things. Here I'm adding a child's room. I thought, you know, you can, if you live in such a luxurious place, you can also have children. And I actually added like an entire garden with a fence around it, so the children can play as well. Because that's of course one of the downsides of living like such high up. But you can, of course, you don't even have to go down the elevator. You can just, you know, play with your children outside your own penthouse, just a couple of hundreds of feet above you. But yeah, what am I doing right now? I'm adding doors. Yeah, that's it. I think this children's bedroom turned out kind of nice. I always like to create them, even though I'm always just doing something, but I'm just adding very many colors, and for some reason then it often just works out. Where normally, of course, I don't use too much color. I just want to keep it neutral, sort of, but with the children's bedrooms, I can just do whatever I want, sort of, and it turns out to look cool anyways. Oh, by the way, I thought that like the gym wasn't luxurious enough yet, so I thought, I'm just going to add a sauna as well, and now it's like the best gym ever, even though I never go to the sauna because I can't really imagine why people would like that, but that's probably because I'm like 17 years old, and that's not really, I've never actually been to a sauna yet, so I can't really imagine why you would like it, but that probably comes when I'm older. But here I'm adding this crazy cool detail item, which I've added throughout the entire house, but really, it just really creates a cool effect. So far, I'm going to add it over here as well, because I have no idea what to place there. Just added a random table there, because I just, found out about the existence of that one. And here we've got the entrance, sort of. It's hard to create an entrance for a building like this because the entrance is practically everywhere. But here I'm building. I really had no idea what to create here, so I was just looking around what sort of items have we got, and then I thought, I'm going to make this an arts area, because maybe this person got rich by making like crazy paintings. Which is not entirely unlikely, even though this is a very, very big penthouse. You've probably got to really make a lot of money in order to live in such a thing. But otherwise it's just a small hobby to just paint some stuff and create some art. So I just added very many posters on the walls and just did some crazy things to fill up the room, because I seriously had no idea what to fill it up with. So then I end up with an art room. I thought, I can add another bedroom, but we've got 3 bedrooms already, another bathroom. I could and maybe should have actually done that, but creating bathrooms is sort of boring, so I decided to not do that. Here I'm making the main entrance, sort of, or at least I kind of imagined it being the main entrance, because I'm adding like another small living room, or just kind of a place where guests, when they come by, can sort of wait for like the person they're meeting to come by. So maybe it's like an artist who lives here, or like a musician, and then they want to meet him, for like their record company manager want to meet him, and then they can wait in this area, and then they take him up into the house, which is probably something which will never happen. But I thought that's kind of the idea I had behind placing that. Right now I'm currently working on the exterior again. And one thing I see as a downside as well of living in a penthouse is the fact that you cannot really have a good campfire. But in The Sims you can do anything, so I just added a campfire on top of the skyscraper, which is like the best hangout place just with friends I can imagine. I mean, on top of a skyscraper with a little fire, whatever you want with you, and then just a view over the skyline. That's just insane. And I found it very hard to decorate this garden, because I couldn't use terrain paints, which made it look sort of ugly. So it's not my favorite part of the house, but still it makes it look a little bit different and more natural. Now I'm adding some lights, because I thought, I should definitely optimize the cool lighting of this as well. But thank you very much for the positive feedback on the first episode. I hope you liked this one as well. Let me know what you'd like to see me do more in this episode, or in this expansion pack, so in city living. And then I really want to thank you for watching the video. Don't forget that you can leave a like on it, also subscribe to my channel, and then enjoy the overview. And then I also hope to see you back later. Smile.